Hello everybody, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a very different video today. It's not going to be focused on Tarkov, on Star Citizen, on Call of Duty, or on anything like that. I'm going to be focusing on kind of the industry as a whole, and as you can see from the title being, don't be a Twitch streamer, be a content creator. Twitch as a platform in and of itself is one of the worst discoverability platforms actually out there across YouTube, across Facebook, across Twitter, across Instagram. Twitch is one of the worst for discoverability, and its ad platform is a whole different. Let's not get into that because my god, we could be here for hours. If you want to be a successful Twitch streamer, here's what some of the most successful content creators consistently say. And you know, anything that I'll say in here, yes, there is an exception to the rule, but do you think you're going to be an exception to the rule? Really have a think about that. Use other platforms. Guys, if you want to be a successful Twitch streamer, you need to be making content for YouTube. You need to be on Twitter. You need to be on Instagram. You need to be on Facebook. You need to be hitting something else because they are more discoverable. I believe, and it's thanks to Devin Nash. Guys, if you've not watched anything from Devin Nash about content creation, go and watch him. Absolutely fantastic. But he himself had said that, according to the stats, Instagram is actually the most discoverable platform for video gaming at the moment. With just 1 minute videos on Instagram, that seems to be the most discoverable platform currently right now. So that might be something to think about and to check out, just to try and expand your brand and go from there. Now, I've said brand, that leads me on to my next point. Personal branding is hugely important. You take some of the biggest streamers in the world, they have their own personal branding. You know, they say things in certain ways, they do things in certain ways. You know, you've got people like Tyler One, for example, who is the angriest man on Twitch. You know, that's a brand piece. Do we think he's like that in real life? Most probably, but not to that extent. And that kind of leads me on to the entertainment factor. Something that you need to be aware of is that people come for the topic, but they'll stay for the person. And that's something that I think a lot of people completely forget. You know, if you are discovered, that's brilliant, and you will get people who jump into your chat, whether or not you're just chatting, whether or not you're playing a video game. What are you offering to somebody that will keep them in that channel? Are you fantastic at video games? Are you really entertaining? What is it about you that will keep somebody there? And that's where the entertainment factor comes in. You need to have the entertainment factor. There's a really interesting quote which is more focused across comedy, and I've kind of pulled that into an entertainment factor overall. Entertainment is 80% of the truth. So that's you are 80% of that truth. You're that individual there. You know, you've had your experiences, you go from there. Plus 20% lie. Now, I'm not saying you have to completely lie to an audience or you have to not be yourself or anything like that. You need to be an extension of yourself. And being an extension of yourself is that, you know, you take all your experiences, you take yourself, you take your personality, and then you just exaggerate it even more. If you've been in any of my streams, you'll know that I play music, I throw myself around, I'm an idiot, I'm over the top, you know, I make stupid jokes, and I try to have a bit of fun, and I try to get people involved. That's my entertainment factor. I'm not like that in real life. God, I'm boring. I am boring. But when I'm streaming, when I'm trying to make my content, anything like that, I'm trying to be fun. I'm trying to be entertaining, or I'm trying to explain something, or anything like that. You know, I'm trying to be engaging as much as possible, even if people aren't there. And that's something that you definitely need to take into consideration. Is that, especially when you start out Twitch, people will not be there. You need to try and figure out how to get over that kind of step. One of the best ways to get over it that I've found is to consistently talk about what you're doing. So I play a lot of Escape from Tarkov. Whenever somebody's not chatting, I will explain what I'm doing as I'm doing it, why I'm doing it, where I'm going, what my plan is, what my thought processes are. I will just talk and talk and talk and talk and talk until somebody engages. Of course, it's difficult to do for 3 hours, so I'm not saying every second needs to be filled with something. No. But you need to be consistent. You've got, for somebody jumping into your channel, you've got the better part of maybe 40 seconds to 2 minutes to engage with that person. And that person will not always engage with you first, so you may not even know that they're there. So how do you combat that? You combat that by by talking, by chatting, by, you know, explaining your situation, explaining what you're doing, always being engaging. And, you know, that's how somebody builds a connection with you. My next big point is, for God's sake, get a camera. I know that this isn't the best camera, this is just a webcam. You can see that from the quality of this video. But people want to engage with you as the streamer, or you as the content creator. They've come for the game, they stay for the people. You need to have everything in your repertoire to be connecting with your audience. They want to see you. If they can see you, they are more likely to be connected with you as an individual. And that's so important. People who feel connected with you as a streamer, and people who genuinely, you know, want to have that interaction with you and keep coming back, and you know, that's because you've built a rapport with them, you've built a connection with them. If you're trying to be a Twitch streamer, do not stream every single day for hours and hours on end. That endless grind just won't work. You need to focus your time on other platforms. You need to focus that time on making YouTube videos and trying to be entertaining on Twitter or Instagram or anything like that. You know, you need to focus on other platforms to start to build your audience. Where I am right now, this is only something I've learned within the last couple of months, and this is something that I've been trying to focus on. So right now, I'm doing YouTube. Right now, I've got a set schedule on Twitch. You know, I stream Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays. And then across the week, I use those other days to focus on other content. And even on Wednesdays, Fridays, and Sundays, I stream at most 3.5 hours. I'm not focusing on just building only on Twitch because it just doesn't work. And it's very difficult to do. I'm focusing on trying to offer other platforms of entertainment. Here's another big thing. If you're going to do other platforms, don't have the same content across all of them. You know, focus on different bits of content for different things. My Twitch is focused on me playing games, having fun, being goofy, listening to music, just having a great time. My YouTube seems to be more focused on maybe a little snippets and fun bits from those streams, but also I try to educate as much as possible. If you've been in my channel for a little while, you'll see that, you know, we do podcasts for news related information around the world of gaming. I've got my Beginner's Guide to Escape from Tarkov across there. You know, I've done a couple of patch notes for EFT and for Star Citizen. I'm trying to educate and be informative, and like with this video, I'm doing the same. When you move over to my Twitter, it's me being a bit silly, or me just focusing on like what I'm doing across my life, or, you know, occasionally I'll do stream stuff and I will promote my stream on Twitter every now and again, but that's not what my Twitter is. My Twitter is not something where I will just consistently just keep posting, I'm going live, I'm going live, I'm going live, I'm going live, because that then kind of saturates people's view of your Twitter and people will just not really focus on it. But if you're more entertaining, you're putting up like photos and stuff, like with Instagram it's exactly the same. If you're doing more and more in terms of like your life or photos or something entertaining that they're not going to find on YouTube and they're not going to find on Twitch, that not only pulls a different audience in, but, and this goes back to a point that we were talking about earlier, your throat please, I'm trying to talk. You're trying to connect with your audience. If you can be more personal on a different platform like Twitter, like Instagram, people have that further connection with you and feel more connected to you. They get to know you on that platform and they're more likely to kind of follow you onto Twitter, onto Instagram. And then because you've got this completely separate form of media, then you can bring more audiences to that to then promote everything else. But don't saturate your own content with the same stuff. Another point is, guys, with anything, it takes time. There's no like quick from A to B. It takes a lot of time to grow. It takes a lot of time to gather the skills. Throw your first sets of videos up, but just do them, right? Be confident in what you're doing. Throw them up, get them there. You're building skills, okay? You're looking back and you're using your past content to better your future content. There is no such thing as a bad video, okay? Learn from your mistakes. Learn how you can do better. And if you want to take this up as a permanent career, and this is something that you want to do in the future, you need to take your time with it. You need to expand that skill set. You really do. whether that's a skill set in video editing, whether that's a skill set in, you know, like emote or thumbnail designs or anything along those lines, whether that's just entertainment factor. You know, I've read books on social media. I've watched a lot of videos on the comedic factor, on improv. I've watched Devin Nash and Harris Heller, two of one of the best guys on YouTube who focus solely on trying to offer educational information for streamers, for content creators. If you've hit this video and you haven't heard of those two, they've been absolutely integral for my journey so far. So please go and have a look at them. They are fantastic. They've got a wealth of information, and I would recommend any of their videos to anybody who's wanting to be a content creator. And lastly, and I think this is a really important one, and this is going to sound a bit strange, but don't set outlandish goals. So you'll see across streams people have sub goals, or people have follower goals, or anything like that. If you start and you say, by this time next year I'm going to have 1,000 followers, you know, you're setting yourself up, because that's quite an outlandish goal. Your goals should be simple and they should be focused. So my current goals at the moment are very simple. They are to make sure that I stream on the days that I said I'm going to be streaming, or I will substitute a day and let the community know. I will tweet as much as possible, make at least 2 YouTube videos a week, and that's it. That's all I've got. I'm not trying to focus on getting 1,000 subscribers on YouTube, or getting 1,000 followers on Twitch or Twitter or anything like that. You know, I'm basing simple goals, and then I'm saying I will review those goals at a certain time. So when it gets to the end of this year, I've said I'm going to have a look at me, what I've done so far across this year, and how I'm progressing, and whether or not that's something that, you know, I can change those goals. I can either up the videos weekly, or, you know, I can focus on Twitch a little bit more, or maybe pull back those hours and focus more on other content creation. You know, you shouldn't be cementing yourself to just simple things. As time progresses, so should your goals, and you should consistently update them and review them as much as possible. Even if it's a case of saying, in 3 months' time, let's see where I'm at, and let's see where these simple goals are. You know, if you want to have a follower goal, that's fine. That's completely up to you and how you want to do things. And this is not me saying this is what you must do. I'm hoping to just try and get you to think about what it is that you want to do and what you want out of this. Unfortunately, I don't like the word unfortunately, I hate it, it's so negative. The same as saying obviously. I hate the word obviously, it's the most arrogant thing in the world. Obviously, this is what you need to do. There's something that a lot of people have been saying recently about content creation, and it stems from everybody wanting to be a famous YouTuber, everybody wanting to be a famous Twitch streamer. Content creation and YouTube and Instagram and Twitter, you know, having that online profile and being online famous, that's the new Hollywood. And that's something you've really got to focus on. How difficult has it been for a lot of people to become famous actors? If you have a look in the top streamers on Twitch, you're looking at, I think it's like a 0.00007% of people are like the point where they can actually pay bills and pay rent from Twitch. These are all things you have to consider and have to think about. And if you are looking to have an online career and like a content creation career, you need to be focusing on more than one thing. Because you could finally get there. You could be, you know, one of the best streamers on Twitch. You're hitting 500 to 1,000 viewers consistently, and you're running a sub train and everything like that. And then suddenly Twitch ceases to exist. Your entire platform, your entire career is focused around one thing. That one thing crumbles. But if you've focused your time elsewhere, into YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, that's 5 potential places where you can receive income. So don't put all your eggs in one basket online, because anything can happen. Focus on other platforms for other reasons, and hopefully with this information, it might help somebody. This is all info that I'm taking on board as well. This is me just regurgitating what I've watched, what I've listened to, what I've read, and I'm hoping that it can help at least one person, because if it helps at least one person, my job's done. I'm happy with that. Other than that, guys, I'm going to let you go. So please don't forget to subscribe here on YouTube. Go follow me on Twitch, go follow me on Twitter. Come interact with me, come and have a bit of fun, and just watch me be a bit of a goof. Other than that, I am going to sign off, but thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it, and I hope to see you very, very soon. Bye guys, have a good one.